6 creepy curses hidden in hieroglyphics. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Insane Worlds. 6. The Tomb of Ankhtifi. Ankhtifi was an ancient Egyptian nomarch from around 2100 BC, and while he may not have made it to pharaoh status, it seems that he still wasn't taking any chances when it came to leaving his tomb unattended. This nobleman left a creepy message crafted in hieroglyphics on the walls of his tomb. The inscription states that any ruler who may do evil to his coffin should be rejected by Heaven. He also condemns the potential tomb raider's heirs to lose his inheritance. While that may not have deterred archaeologists who excavated the tomb in modern times, it seems to have done the trick when it came to dissuading ancient Egyptian robbers from looting the grave. 5. Serenputbus. Ankhtifi wasn't the only nomarch who left a nasty inscription on his tomb. Another such nomarch is a man named Serenputbus, who was a leader of Elephantine during the 12th dynasty. Serenput-I left an inscription in his tomb in order to protect the offerings left by one of the statues of the gods inside it. The inscription states that anyone who tries to take the offerings from the statue within the tomb will meet a nasty fate. His arm shall be cut off like that of this bull, his neck shall be twisted off like that of a bird, his office shall not exist, the position of his son shall not exist, his house shall not exist in Nubia, his tomb shall not exist in the necropolis, his God shall not accept his white bread, his flesh shall belong to the fire, his children shall belong to the fire, his corpse shall not be to the ground. I shall be against him as a crocodile on the water, as a serpent on earth, and as an enemy in the necropolis. In other words, if you're thinking of heading into this tomb, even as an archaeologist, you might want to think twice. Otherwise, you could have the ghost of Serenput-I after you. 4. Harkhuf's tomb. Harkhuf was an ancient Egyptian explorer during the 6th dynasty, and it seems that he liked his ruler's idea of leaving a curse inside his tomb. Within his tomb, he left an inscription on the wall that largely talks about his experience in the afterlife. However, he also goes on to leave a warning for anyone who dares step foot in his tomb to disturb his peace. The inscription reads, "As for any man who shall enter into this tomb, I will seize him like a wild fowl. He shall be judged by the great God." Although this might not seem like a particularly threatening message, by ancient Egyptian standards, this was a curse you didn't want to mess with. In the age of the pyramids, being cursed by the great god was the worst curse that anyone could wish upon you. 3. The Tomb of Ankh-Mahor. The Tomb of Ankh-Mahor is yet another tomb located in Saqqara. This tomb, like many others in the area, contains a curse that helps dissuade tomb raiders from entering the dead man's final resting place. This particular inscription reads, "As for that which anyone might do against this my tomb, the same will be done to his property. I am an excellent priest, knowledgeable in secret spells and all forms of magic, and as for anyone who enters my tomb impure or who does not purify themselves, I shall seize him like a goose and fill him with fear at seeing ghosts upon the earth." In other words, the priest buried within this tomb knows magic and isn't afraid to use it. So if you find yourself exploring Saqqara at any time in the near future, you might want to avoid this particular burial site. 2. The Tomb of Senenmut. Senenmut was a high priest and was the royal advisor to Queen Hatshepsut. In fact, there are even some who say the two were lovers. Whether or not Senenmut and the queen ever had anything going on, after Senenmut died, his tomb was constructed close to the queen's and her pharaohs. This was a huge privilege at the time, which is why some believe there may have been some funny business happening. The tomb is quite well preserved, and when archaeologists uncovered it, they found it contained an eerie curse. The tomb contained an inscription that read, "His lifetime shall not exist on earth," a curse meant for anyone who dared trespass in Senenmut's resting place. Thankfully, this warning doesn't seem to have deterred modern-day archaeologists, who have made numerous key discoveries about ancient Egypt by exploring the tomb. 1. The Tomb of Hezi. The Tomb of Hezi is located in Saqqara, a popular burial site in ancient Egypt. This particular tomb holds the body of a nobleman who lived during the Old Kingdom in ancient Egypt. As with many other tombs, the hieroglyphic inscriptions on the walls of this burial site start out talking about the life of Hezi. However, from there, things get a bit odd. After the biographical part of the text, the hieroglyphics launch into a short yet effective curse. "As for anyone who will enter this tomb after he has eaten abominations, or after he has copulated with women, I will be judged with him in the council of the great God." Interestingly enough, this curse almost seems to condemn not only the trespasser but also Hezi himself. Let's just hope no one brought about those unfortunate consequences to either themselves or the dead man. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.